Hey all my math magicians out there! Welcome to lesson 7. It is April 7th, meaning it's another golden... Stanley, excuse you. Get out of the way. It's another golden lesson. Yeah! Which gold hoops, my gold shirt. Let's go, people! Can't wait to see all your goldener sessions. Alright, so today's lesson is a build off on what we were doing last week and what we did yesterday. And so what we are doing today is golden lesson. You got the deets. Yeah. So what we are doing today is we are going to determine how many solutions there are without solving. We just have to simplify down to an equation that looks like a coefficient and an x plus a constant, which equals coefficient and an x plus a constant on the other side. So we're going to simplify our equations all the way down to this form, and then we'll be able to see how many solutions are there. And so remember, when you're determining how many solutions there are, in 8th grade our choices are 1, where x equals a number, none, where a equals b is never true, and infinite, where a equals a, which is always true. And so our CFS for today is we are going to simplify down to ax plus b equals cx plus d. We're going to determine the number of solutions without solving, and then our explanations are going to include details referring back to the coefficient, referring back to the constant. And so to help you out with that, I made you a nice little helper sheet. So if we have ax plus b equals cx plus d, where a and c are not equal, so if the coefficients are not equal, then there's one solution. And you can see the example of the explanation below. So when the coefficients are different on either side of the equal sign, then there is one solution, because that would simple down to x equals a. When you break it or simplify it down, you have ax plus b equals ax plus d. So the coefficients are the same, but the constants are different. That's giving you a equals b, which there's no solution because a and b are never going to be equal, and in this case b and d are never going to be equal. Then when you simplify down, you have ax plus b equals ax plus b, same thing on both sides. That gives you an infinite solution. So when the coefficients and the constants are the same, then you're getting something with infinite solutions. So let's take a look at the solving for number 1. Trying to decide where to put my cute face. Alright, so solving for number 1. Here's the equation up there. The 18x plus 1/2 equals 6 times 3x plus 25. So I'm going to simplify that as I rewrite it. So I'm going to turn the 1/2 into a decimal, and I'm also going to distribute the 6 out. So when I rewrite the equation, it would be 18x plus 0.5 equals 18x plus 150. And so if you remember to today's CFS, you need to simplify your equations down to be ax plus b equals cx plus d. So we're there. We simplified it down. We already have the form that we need. So from this form, we should be able to identify how many solutions there are. In order to identify how many solutions there are, we want to take a look at the coefficients. So we want to look at the coefficients on both sides. So in this case, you have 18x. Oh, sorry. I'm going to explain it with my video. So simplifying it down to ax plus b equals cx plus d. And then, like I said, we're going to take a look at the coefficients on both sides. So you have 18x on the left, you have 18x on the right. So already, I want to, let's see, let's get this caught up. So already I'm looking at either no solution or infinite solutions because our coefficients are the same. So the next step is to look at our constants. So our constants in this case are 0.5 and 150. So if you were to solve this out, obviously the 18x's would cancel on either side, and you're left with 0.5 equaling 150, which is not equal. It's never true. That's in the form of a equals b, so no solution. And I was able to figure that out without doing any more calculations than what I did up here, which was just simplifying. It was rewriting a fraction to a decimal and distributing the 6 out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then if I were to ask to explain, I would reference the coefficients and the constants, which we can look over here. So if I were to explain this, the coefficients are not equal and let me retrack. The coefficients are equal, but the constants are different. So this would simplify down to A equals B, meaning there are no solutions. So if the coefficients are equal and the constants are not equal, you would get no solution because that simplifies down to A equals B. So remember, in your explanations, if you are ever asked to explain or predict without having multiple choice of no, one, and infinite, you need to refer to coefficients and constants. Those are the 2 flag vocab words that I'm going to be looking for in your work. And if I don't see those vocab words, I'm going to be concerned that you weren't keeping track of the CFS. So today's CFS, simplify it down to AX plus B equals CX plus D. You do not have to solve. You're determining how many solutions there are just from this form, and then your explanation should include those 2 vocab words, the coefficient and the constant. And remember, coefficient is the number multiplied by the variable, so in this case 18x. Your constant is the number that is on its own. It doesn't have a variable attached, so in this case 0.5. And that's what we want to see that you're referencing in your explanation. Before I let you go off to the races and kick butt on this assignment, some things to watch out for are those negatives. When you're computating, there's a lot of errors that we can make, so please be careful. Use a calculator. Always take the sign to the left. So if it's 5x minus 3, that's a negative 3, okay? And then I must be stuck on the number 3 because my other example for you guys to watch out for is negative 3 does not equal 3. So if you have negative 3x on one side and 3x on the other, that is not the same coefficient. I would much rather have $3 than negative $3. They are not the same. So those are some things to look out for. Remember, your CFS today is to determine the number of solutions without solving. And on your exit ticket, you're going to be asked for that form, AX plus B equals CX plus D. So make sure you know how to simplify those equations down to the correct form. Your explanations need to include the vocab words constant and coefficient. So you're comparing those 2 to determine how many solutions you have. And I cannot wait. You're going to kick butt. All right? You guys have a great day. Happy Golden Lesson Day. Bring all the gold to the sessions. I can't wait. Have fun growing your brain.